Alright, I'm going to do a radio check and we're going to head out.
That's good.
Alright.
Alright, looking for Steve, Nate, and Ford. Do I got your thumbs out the window, please? Thank you, guys. Let's roll those windows up. Make sure you got that passenger window up. Fourth gear is going to get a little louder, so if you can barely hear me, make sure you have a little bit more volume. I want you all to be able to hear me. Remember, if you can't hear me for any reason, I do talk.
Analog channel 6.
Out the window with your thumb there. Where you get the glare on the window. You got me on the radio? You hear me there? Alright. Alright, and alright. Alright, put that car in manual mode and let's head on out. Put it in drive, then manual mode there. Alright. So this is just our shifting exercise and to get familiar with the track out there. So this isn't going to be super fast. It's going to be right around freeway speeds out there. That's what we're going to be doing. Also, guys, roll up your windows, both driver and passenger, please. Driver and passenger windows need to be up. Alright, as we come up here, we're going to give them some room before we head on out. Alright, before we get on out here, just clear your mind, think about the task at hand, what we're going out to do. Also, when we're out here, please give each other about 5 to 6 car lengths of room between each other. That way you can see what I'm talking about as we come up to a turn. You can see the cones that I'm talking about and things like that. Also, it gives us a little bit of breathing room. Alright, everybody head on out with me. And as we come out here, we're going to go ahead and shift that car up into 4th gear. Staying in the blend lane here on the left. You're going to see a brake cone coming up to turn 3 here. That's where we brake every single time coming into turn 3. We also downshift to 3rd gear in a straight line. Right when our bumper gets to that blue cone there, we start turning that wheel. We're looking around the corner, visually scanning for that orange apex cone. We're going to be up on the curb at the orange apex cone. And then as we get there, we unwind that wheel and start rolling on throttle. Back up to 4th gear before we get to the chicane, nice and close to that apex on the left. And then on the right, we see a white and pink cone. That's just a near apex. That is just about a foot away, so you just don't want to be on the curb at that cone, just near it. Now we use the curves all the way down through the S's here. And then from this last apex on the right, straight down into the bowl. Brake nice and close to that white line, straight in. Let the car come up halfway in the turn on the track here. Look out your driver window to get back down to your apex. Turn more to get back down to that apex there. There you go. At each apex cone, we should be feeling the rumbling of the curbing under the tires there. Now there's a blue cone on your right here. That's to indicate to turn over to the left side. Gradually come over to that left side, and we're braking at the curbing here on the left for turn 5A. Right at the blue cone on the left, we turn over to that right side and we transfer over to that curbing. We're riding the curb from the first cone to the second cone here. Then give it a little throttle to get you out to your blue turning cone for 5B. Holding that wheel to the right all the way around that corner. It is a one continuous turn. We do not unwind from 5A to 5B. Back up to fifth gear here, down to the kink, clip that apex there on the right, staying on that right side. Braking coming into turn 6 here, waiting for the blue cone. Gradually turn over to our apex for turn 6. Braking coming into turn 7, downshift to third. Clip that apex here on the right. Doing great here, guys. Alright, this is going to be our rotation zone. Come past those two orange cones there, Wayne, and then go over to that right side, please. Right side there, Wayne. Let Nick and Vitaly come by you. Slow it down, Wayne. Slow it down. You got to be done with this rotation before we end the rotation zone here. Stop right there. Wayne, stop right there. Falling in behind the white 89 there, Wayne. Alright, clip that apex for turn 2 here, Nick. Out to the right. Then we gradually come back across the track. And we're looking for that brake cone. We brake at the brake cone there. Downshift to third. Right at that blue cone, start turning that wheel gradually, then come down to your apex, turn more and more to get there, then unwind out, rolling on throttle, back up to fourth gear. Brake coming into the chicane, just near the white cone, but on the curb at the orange cone here. Come out just a little bit to the right, and then you get a straighter shot to get these S's nice and straight. You can be on throttle through here. Brake coming into the bowl, downshift to third, up halfway, then look out your driver window for that apex, drive right back down to it. Nice job there, Nick. Fourth gear before we go up the launch pad there. Right at our blue cone, we transfer over to the left side. Braking coming up to 5A. Staying in fourth all the way up. Give it a little throttle to get out to our blue turn-in cone using throttle steer, brake, downshift to third there at the blue cone. Clip that apex, and then we unwind out to the left. Good job. Braking coming into turn 6 here. Right at that blue cone, turn that wheel over to the apex for 6. Nice job. Braking firm, downshift to third for turn 7. Clip that apex, and then Nick, you're going to pass those two orange cones on the right, go over to that right side. We're going to slow it down here because we got to get Wayne back up behind Vitaly there. Like I was saying, guys, we have to be done with this rotation before these next two orange cones, or that car that's getting passed has to stop. Alright, everybody continue on here. Third gear, turning in right at that blue cone. Down to our apex for 1A. Keep that wheel arced to the right, bring it right back to 1B. Roll on throttle from 1B to turn 2 apex. Let it unwind, shifting up to fourth. Gradually come back across the track. We don't want to rush getting back across. Braking at the brake cone, downshift to third. Go, unwind out, rolling on throttle, fourth gear. Braking coming into the chicane here. As you crest that hill there, coming into the chicane, you want to be off the brake. That is a negative camber on the other side of that, and we don't want to be firm on that brake pressure coming into the chicane. Downshift to third here. Up halfway, then come down to that apex. Staying on the right side on the way up. We're in fourth gear all the way up here. Braking at the curbing there, Vitaly, and then over to the right side. Ride that curb up in fourth gear, right at that second orange cone. Give it some throttle, then brake at your blue cone and downshift to third, turning in more, down to your apex there. Remember, at our blue cone there, we got to turn more to get down to 5B apex. Brake firm coming into turn 7. Clip that apex here. So we got to turn more at our blue cones there, Vitaly. Alright, Vitaly, over to that right side. I'll get Wayne and Nick back up behind me. Braking coming into turn 1. Going to turn in right at that blue cone, down to our apex here. Keep that wheel turned to the right. Come back to 1B. Then start rolling on throttle and unwinding around to 2 here. Gradually come back across. Firm brake, downshift to third. Looking ahead, visually scanning for our apex there. There you go, unwind out, roll on throttle. Brake coming into the chicane. Roll off that brake as we crest the hill. Clip the apex. Straight shot through the S's here. Firm brake coming into the bowl. Downshift to third. Looking around the corner here for our apex to drive right back down to it. Nice and straight up out of the bowl here, up the launch pad, fourth gear. Accelerate out to the blue cone, brake as you come up to it, downshift to third, turn that wheel more to get down to our apex there. Keep turning right, guys, around that corner. Remember, we don't want to unwind to get up to 5B turn-in cone. Braking coming into turn 6. Job there, Wayne. Alright, go past these 2 orange cones and then over to the right side and slow down there, Wayne. Let Nick and Vitaly pass. Turning in right at that blue cone there, Nick. Nice job. Start rolling on that throttle. Brake coming into 3, I'm sorry. Turning in, looking ahead, nice job here. Excellent apex. Use those curves all the way through those S's, guys. Fourth gear up the launch pad. So Wayne, we just rode the top of the bowl all the way around there. Remember, we only go up to the middle and then have to come back down to our apex for that apex in the bowl there at turn 3. Braking coming down, turning in right at that blue cone. Nice job, Nick. Alright, over to that right side. And Battalion Wayne, come on up behind me. We're in 3rd gear here. We turn in right when our bumper gets to that blue cone. Turn that wheel, keep that wheel turned to the right. Clip that apex at 1B. Roll on throttle through there. Turn brake, downshift to 3rd in a straight line. Unwinding out. Remember, Battalion, we want to be up on the curbs on the red and white at each orange cone here. Up on that curb there, and then through the S's here, all the way up on these curves, nice and close to the orange cone. There you go, gives you a straighter shot through the S's, brake, and downshift to 3rd. Come up halfway here, looking out that driver window, coming on back down to the apex, then straight up out of the full of the launch pad, 4th gear. Ride that curve up on the right there, brake and downshift to 3rd, turn that wheel more, down to our apex. Look a little farther ahead through the turn, that way you know where you got to place that car in advance. Braking coming into turn 6. Alright, great job guys. We're going to slow it down here. Do a cool down lap. Great job out here. Just keep that car in 4th gear and we'll just cruise around the track for our cool down lap. So coming into turn 1A, I start turning the wheel. I stay off the accelerator until I get that car pointed back towards 1B apex. Once I get it pointed, I start rolling on throttle around 1B. Rolling on throttle more, get around turn 2, back up to 4th gear, all the way over to the right, then I gradually bring it back to the left. Braking firm at the brake cone, downshift to 3rd here, turning in at the blue cone there, looking ahead, looking for the apex. Unwind out, roll on throttle. Alright, coming into the chicane, there's a little crest here that you want to be off the brakes as we come over that crest. We don't want to add more brake pressure there. Then we use these curves all the way through. Straight down into the bowl. Downshift to 3rd. Looking around the corner here, just to the middle. Stay in the middle till halfway through the turn, and then add more steering to come back down to your apex, nice and straight up the launch pad. There you go, guys, looking good. Alright, as we're coming up to 5B here, let's start braking. Right at our blue cone, I transfer over to the right, and I ride that curve from the first cone to the 2nd cone. Right at the 2nd cone, I give it throttle, keeping the wheel turned to the right, braking coming up to 5B, adding more steering, clip that apex, and unwind out to the left. turn 6 here, over to that left side. Then a quick right for turn 7 apex. Unwind out. Go ahead and turn on your left signal, guys. We are exiting the course this time by. This is going to be our exit every single time we are out here on the track. Great job out there, gentlemen. Just remember, when we're going out there on the track, we gotta make sure we're looking ahead. If we don't look ahead, then we're never gonna know where to place that car in advance. And being on a road course, you have to know what's coming up ahead of time before you get to the turn, so you're not lost on what you have to do at the turn or exiting out of the turn. That's why the number one step in the 8 steps to a corner that we're going to learn about here in just a moment is visual scanning. If we're not visual scanning out there, we're always going to be lost. As we come on up here, let's go ahead and drop our windows. That way it stays kind of cool in the car. And once we're parked, go ahead and shut the cars down and hop on out. We'll do a debrief.
Still kind of being shy driving over the curves. Yeah. Because I get this, like vibration, and I'm trying to do everything smooth. So that's totally normal because you can, right? You're trying to get as close to the apex as you can. That's called clipping your apex. The reason why it's okay to be up there is because the weight of the car is on the opposite side at every apex. So we don't have to worry about losing traction because we're up there on that curve. Most of your weight is on the other side of the tire at the apex. Alright, great job out there, guys. Not bad for our first session. Like I was saying, just keep on looking farther ahead. We never want to just look straight off the front of the car. There's a lot of information, like in Serpentine, that we